it's not an e-book, it's a library. And it's an interface with the largest library in the world and the largest bookstore in the world. And anything you need can be on there. And at that point, when you realize that, it changes everything. And at that point, it becomes absolutely unique. It's astonishingly easy to use. I mean, it really is. It's intuitive. You know, like a book. A book doesn't come with instructions. Books shouldn't come with instructions. Chairs don't come with instructions. Wardrobes don't come with instructions. Forks don't come with instructions. You look at them, you figure out how to... You don't read the book in order to use a fork. The joy of this is that you don't need a manual. You'll figure out how to use it in 5 minutes of playing with it. One of the things that absolutely delighted me on the Kindle is the way that it copes with pictures. And in an illustrated book, you really worry that they're going to lose the illustration. They're going to lose part of the reading experience. And I was incredibly reassured. And it also reassured just by the quality of the illustrations. I've done that thing that you do with books where you're actually on the other side of the text. You're not... There's nothing between you and the story. You're just in there and you're in that place. And it really isn't about, are you sitting there turning a page or are you sitting there clicking when you get to the end of a page? You're reading that book and you're in book reading land. You can access everything. And currently I've got sort of 3 magazine subscriptions on there, 2 newspapers. I actually live in a part of America where you cannot subscribe to any major national newspaper and get it delivered that day. But I can go on with this. I can do my New York Times subscription, and the wonderful thing is it just does it automatically once I've subscribed. As long as I've turned the wireless on, the newspaper's there. The point that I realized that I had moved from skeptic to absolute believer in this device was with my daughter Maddie, who's 12. We were on the plane, they hadn't quite shut the doors, and I thought, well, she's going to want something to read. And I went on to Amazon with the Kindle, downloaded a bunch of Meg Cabot books that Maddie had wanted to read, and stuck them on there. It's like having a genie who you say, Genie, go and get me this book, and they come back in 30 seconds and the book is there. That in itself is amazing. When I have the reading time, I don't have the books with me. I'm, on the flight from Beijing to Budapest, I'm going to have a lot of reading time. But I'm not going to have a backpack full of books because I can't carry a backpack full of books around with me. But I can put them all on the Kindle. And that's where things get exciting. That's the point where the Kindle suddenly, as far as I'm concerned, becomes completely worth its weight in gold. I wrote a lot of American Gods in Florida. And I had to drive down there. I couldn't fly. And the reason I had to drive was because I had a trunk filled with books, with giant reference books. And there was about 100 pounds of books in there. Huge cardboard boxes filled with books. The idea that I could actually stick the reference stuff that I need onto the Kindle and go off somewhere, it sort of changes everything. It's one of those things that after you've been using it for 10 minutes, it feels like you've had one all your life. Sort of slots into that hole in your life where you didn't know you were missing it.